Welcome to the Shadowline commentary for May 19, 2025. I'm your host, bringing you thoughtful analysis on today's most significant global developments. In this edition, we'll explore the deeper currents beneath the headlines and consider what they mean for our interconnected world. Our first story today takes us into a critical development. Pope Leo, taking helm of a divided church, urges unity. As Pope Leo steps into the pontificate amidst a deeply fractured Catholic Church, his inauguration serves not only as a symbol of unity, but also as a watershed moment in both Vatican and American history. The election of an American pope is unprecedented, yet it's essential to remember that this isn't the first time the Church has navigated cultural and geographical divides. The 16th century saw the Council of Trent, a period of intense reform aimed at bridging theological schisms, mirroring the challenges Pope Leo may now face. While some might view his election as a triumph for American exceptionalism, others argue that it could further polarize an already divided church. Yet, Pope Leo's message of unity resonates powerfully in these divisive times, reminding us all that the Church is universal and that its leadership transcends borders. In this era of growing globalization, Pope Leo's tenure presents a unique opportunity to unite the faithful worldwide under shared values and principles. If he can successfully navigate the intricate web of church politics, Leo could leave an indelible mark on the history of the Roman Catholic Church, fostering unity in a world torn apart by division. Shifting our attention to another significant development, Israel says it has expanded ground operations in Gaza amid ceasefire talks. In the complex and long-standing conflict between Israel and Hamas in Gaza, the recent expansion of ground operations by Israel signifies a strategic shift towards intensifying pressure on the militant group, aiming not only to secure the release of hostages, but also to dismantle Hamas's infrastructure. This move, however, must be viewed within the broader context of ongoing tensions and cycles of violence in the region. While Israel argues that such actions are necessary for national security, critics contend that they exacerbate humanitarian crises and deepen resentment among Palestinians. The decision to allow aid into Gaza amidst escalating hostilities presents an intriguing dilemma. Does providing relief to the civilian population undermine Israel's military objectives, or serve as a diplomatic tool to demonstrate goodwill? As ceasefire talks continue, this delicate balance between security concerns and humanitarian aid could prove pivotal in shaping both short-term peace negotiations and long-term prospects for sustainable coexistence. In the face of such complexities, it is crucial that world powers prioritize diplomacy over unilateral actions to foster a comprehensive resolution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, one that ensures security for all parties while addressing the root causes of hostility and promoting economic development and social justice in the region. Only then can we hope to witness an enduring peace, grounded in mutual understanding and respect. In a related thread of global events, why there's no battlefield solution to India's perpetual Pakistan problem. In analyzing the recent violent escalation along the India-Pakistan border, it is crucial to examine this conflict not just as a military issue, but also as a manifestation of deep-rooted historical and geopolitical tensions that persist between these two nations. The Pakistan problem, as it has been termed in Indian political discourse, is a perennial challenge that dates back to the partition of India in 1947. The ongoing conflict serves as a stark reminder of the unresolved issues surrounding Kashmir and other contentious territories, which have long fueled animosity and mistrust between these two nuclear-armed neighbors. The escalation this month, therefore, is not an isolated event, but rather a symptom of a larger, entrenched problem that demands sustained diplomatic efforts to address. The potential consequences of continued hostility are dire. Instability in the region, increased militarization, and the risk of a devastating conflict. It is essential for both countries to reconsider their approaches and engage in meaningful dialogue to find a lasting solution. This may involve compromises on either side, but the alternative, perpetual conflict, is unsustainable and detrimental to regional peace and security. As observers, we must encourage dialogues that promote understanding, empathy, and reconciliation. The India-Pakistan relationship is complex, but it is not insurmountable. The future of this subcontinent depends on finding a way forward that respects the dignity and sovereignty of both nations and prioritizes peace over conflict. It is incumbent upon world powers to support these efforts for lasting resolution, lest we bequeath another generation a legacy of violence and discord. Meanwhile, another story deserving careful consideration is Russia unleashes one of its largest drone barrages of the Ukraine war. As Russia intensifies its drone attacks on Ukraine, the geopolitical landscape takes another ominous turn. This escalation comes at a critical juncture, just a day before an anticipated conversation between Presidents Trump and Putin, raising questions about the potential for diplomatic intervention or escalation in the conflict. Historically, Russia's aggressive posturing towards Ukraine has been a recurring theme since the dissolution of the Soviet Union. The current barrage is a stark reminder of this long-standing tension, and its impact goes beyond Ukraine's borders, fueling concerns about regional instability and global security. While some view these actions as Putin's attempts to assert dominance and distract from domestic issues, others see it as an effort to test the resolve of NATO and the West. The latter interpretation is particularly concerning, as it suggests a calculated strategy to provoke a response that justifies further military intervention. In this delicate moment, the international community must tread carefully, considering both the short-term consequences of any response and the long-term implications for the future of Ukraine and Eastern Europe. As we await President Trump's dialogue with Putin, it is essential to remember that diplomacy remains our best hope for de-escalation and a lasting peace in this troubled region. Let us hope that reason prevails over conflict and that the leaders of these nations choose the path of compromise over conquest. In our final story for today's commentary, how Trump's America is reuniting the UK and EU as the political landscape of the United States undergoes profound transformation, the geopolitical implications are far-reaching, particularly in regard to transatlantic relations. The recent summit between Britain and the European Union, which may culminate in a defense pact, signifies a potential reunion that has been decades in the making. This development, while seemingly disconnected from American politics, is an intriguing byproduct of Trump's America. In many ways, the Trump presidency has served as a catalyst for European nations to reassess their strategic alliances and self-reliance. The United States' unpredictable foreign policy under Trump, characterized by protectionist tariffs and withdrawal from international accords, has led many in Europe to question American dependability. This questioning has prompted the EU and Britain to consider closer collaboration as a means of ensuring their collective security and maintaining global influence. However, it is crucial to acknowledge that this potential reunification is not without its challenges. Brexit has already strained relations between Britain and the EU, and the proposed defense pact could further complicate matters if it impedes on EU norms and values. Additionally, a more assertive and self-reliant Europe may provoke apprehension in Washington, potentially leading to increased tensions across the Atlantic. In conclusion, the potential reunion of the UK and EU, though driven by external forces, represents a significant shift in European geopolitics. As the world continues to navigate the unpredictable waters of Trump's America, it is essential that we remain vigilant about the potential consequences and complexities that arise from this realignment. The road ahead will be fraught with challenges, yet also offers opportunities for a stronger and more independent Europe on the global stage. That concludes our Shadowline commentary for today. As we navigate these complex global events, remember that understanding requires looking beyond the surface. The stories we've examined today are threads in a larger tapestry of human experience. Thank you for joining us in this exploration. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, stay thoughtful.